Okay, so today is going to be the last episode, I think, of playing within Caverns of Ixalan, which should have been probably my favorite expansion since starting playing this, like, at the end of 2022. Most of them I kind of just gloss over and even barely notice what the expansion is, because I always just play on Historic, and kind of like everything is new to me anyway, so it doesn't matter what's new in the new expansion. But with this one, since I like Dinosaurs so much, and that's almost exclusively what I've used in the whole experience of playing this game, is just green and just dinosaurs. Although I have been trying to make a rainbow one the last couple, but it's more just like to role play as rainbow. Like I just have one of each, or like one blue, just to say it's rainbow, not really truly committing to it, because there's not really that many dinosaurs in the whole history of this game. Apparently, at least the arena version, there's only like 10 dinosaurs for blue or something, unless I'm somehow looking at them wrong through the filters. So that doesn't seem like nearly enough. And so yeah, this expansion didn't impress me that much though with the dinosaurs. Maybe my expansion was too high, my expectation was too high, but like I should have liked it maybe even more than that. Yeah, this should be the last episode of it, and just my goal is basically just to do the daily quest and get the fucking level 35 avatar thing, which I did get last time too, which was like the Tim Burton card back. So I'm surprised that I've been able to do that. It's weird because I play less now than I did before, like several months back in like previous expansions, but I never got to rank 35 in those. But lately I've been doing it. I guess it's just because I've been focusing on farming the daily quests only, whereas sometimes then maybe I wouldn't do them. So if that's basically my only format to this, is like I just go in and try to do the daily quest and just play. Like I don't really have any challenge or condition or anything I'm trying to do. Yeah, this is a no crafting run, by the way, even though obviously you can't craft anyway, which I think that is one of the major complaints that people have when you look at the Steam reviews and stuff like that. There's a lot of people calling it, like a bad business model and greedy and stuff like that. And at first I didn't really understand, because it seems like, oh, every card game is like that to some extent. You have to buy packs, and it's, if you play free to play, you're at a disadvantage. But the difference here is that, yes, even in a game like fucking PvZ Heroes, I didn't realize I would have to do this, and it's actually gonna take a while. What the fuck? It almost scares me to think that the expansion's already over. But it shouldn't be, because it said it would be next Monday, that I was afraid, okay, I better do it this week before that, right? So we had 2 weeks left, and I always wonder, like, will next Monday be the day that it comes out, or will it be the last day of this one? I always forget, because I always only play Magic on Monday. Used to be like Monday morning Magic for whatever reason, just alliteration, but it's like, sometimes I do it at night now, and my schedule's all fucked up. Or even speaking of that, it's technically Tuesday now, because I kind of fucking missed my stream last night. So as much as I stream every day, quote unquote, I haven't been able to do that lately, like where I still do effectively because I do the category for it, but sometimes I miss it, I fall asleep or something, and I obviously don't have as much time as I used to. This is actually pretty slow too. You could say it's because I'm streaming, but I feel like it's not normally this bad, or I feel like they're not normally this big. The one thing that confused me is that last time when I saw it, it was showing me like some other expansion, like some cons of something, and I even bought like some avatars from it. But now when I saw it, I saw like an ad for some other expansion for Magic. I can't remember. It's like some murder mystery type of thing almost. So murder at some manor or something. So I don't know which one is actually the expansion. I thought it was something to do with the cons of Tarkir or something like that. I of course don't know what all the old expansions and everything are. What would be more fun than even this game, as much as I have enjoyed this, albeit with the fucking My Little Pony and weird crossovers, Transformers, Post Malone shit notwithstanding, and the fact that it doesn't have the whole collection of cards from the history of the game, I would almost want to go through whether I could play like single player Magic games or some other form of it, just to be able to go back through the history of it and see like, okay, I want to play like the oldest format, like the first, you know what I mean? Like when Magic first came out, I want to see that format and that format only. And why you can't take advantage of a digital game like this to do that, all you'd have to do is put in the cards and enter optional formats like the Twist mode and Hearthstone even every month, so you can just rotate. So this month it'll be the first ever expansion, then it'll be the second one, including the first, and you just keep rotating through it, through the history of the game, just so you can experience that. Because I know people will be jaded and say, oh, it had its flaws too, just like the current meta always has its flaws and this and that. Everybody's just going to be using insert deck here. Like, people always try to make these arguments, but that's almost more an MMO argument. Like, oh, who wants to just spam Frostball all the time in vanilla raids? But it's like, you at least deserve the right to try to experience what that was like. Like, just see what the expansion is like with its flaws, with its, shortcomings. Just you want to experience it because you never got the chance to do it. So it's not even whether it's good or not. And yeah, you should always just have a format like that. I say the same thing in Yu-Gi-Oh, that they should have some kind of limited format, not even like old school historic stuff, but just where they don't let you use synchro, or they have certain other rule sets. But it's amazing what a big difference that would make, just simply allowing you to do that. It is like asking for a vanilla version in like an MMO or something. Like we just want vanilla whatever, insert MMO here, right? And so many games just fight against that, and they're too lazy to do it, or you think you do but you don't, or whatever dumb shit people talk about. This does seem really slow, or like I said, it might just be bigger than normal. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll dick around with the rainbow thing. We'll get to level 35. I hope. I have to. I simply have to do it today because I'm not going to play again before the expansion comes out. So we're like level 31 out of 35. So that's always a good checkpoint. So those are like the two things I've been trying to do lately, is get to level 35 every expansion and do one 10k draft per expansion, which I do have a reserve of gold going into the next one where it'd be very easy to do that, and then just do the daily quest every time. There's no other thing that I'm trying to do. In fact, in a way, I almost deliberately try to avoid doing stuff that's going to be like, I don't want to get to mythic yet, or even try to, because that, you want to save that for some special moment. And so I would want the first time of doing that to be something a little more pure. Like I don't really want to meta or look stuff up. And I would obviously want it to be in historic. I mean, I don't even fucking want to play the other mode, let alone do that. Or I guess you could say you could purely just go into standard and do that for the first time, where you actually try to ladder. But I don't like this whole implication with a lot of games that people go into it. I say that like with chess, where they go into it for the first time, right? You play a game for the first time, and either you as the player feel like, okay, I already got a meta game, and I already got to do the optimal stuff and look stuff up. But even when people tell you that, like you're a new chess player, and people say, oh, you should learn openings, and you should do this, and you should learn theory and stuff like that. If you're saying that, you're basically saying that the game isn't fun and you shouldn't even play it, because any normal person would go into it and they would spend years, especially with something as complex as chess. But even, a card game like this with so many cards to choose from, which even this is a fraction of all the ones, in the physical game, but still, it's a case where it would take you so long to really just enjoy and flesh everything out and just try everything out and just have that surface level experience just to see what everything is about. And then you can always worry about that later on. But people want to jump the gun and act like so smart because they're just using hindsight bias and collective knowledge and things like that. It's like the pure raw experience of just playing it is kind of more important. So I'm not even saying people can't do that or they shouldn't do that when they first start playing a game, but it kind of takes away the purity of it a bit. Like, you're just playing the game for the first time and there's so much to see. Right, I'll use chess again. Like, just there's so many positions, so many things you want to see how you naturally play, what your innate instinct is. Are you more aggressive? Are you more defensive? What kind of positions do you come up with on your own? What's your calculation like? But no, fuck all that. Let's just learn theory from the beginning and treat it like it's a job or like it's work. Right, just from day one, you don't even get a pure first experience of the game. So I hate that sort of thing that taints it. Like when a game first comes out, I bet people are doing that with Pal World. They can't just simply play the game. They have to, oh no, we got to metagame it, and what's the optimal thing? And it's like there's a lesson that's sort of been lost a little bit, right, from when before a lot of these resources existed, where like there's a sense of trial and error, that's part of the experience, or knowing is half the battle, or even like the fact that, yeah, this will be our fucking just chatting stream. We don't even have to do it on Wednesday like I've done the last couple weeks. Just do it on the fucking loading screen. It's the fact that basically you go into like a new game, people are probably doing that, or you go into an MMO and there's just this preconceived expectation that everyone's always trying to do everything optimally from the start instead of just experiencing it in a more raw sense. So oftentimes people wouldn't do that with single player games, although now in the age of open worlds and how overwhelming they are, I can understand why people might do that. But that's always what I say. Like, I'd rather still take my time and not make any progress with it and just enjoy it rather than rush through it, because I feel like, oh, I don't have time to play that much to be able to do everything. But that's okay. Like, I'm not in a rush to finish it or do something. I just want to take my time and enjoy the experience as I go. So there is some purity with that's lost, that like, or even if this is like how old school games would be, or people would get strategy guides because they could be so cryptic and stuff. But that's the whole irony, is that modern games aren't nearly as cryptic and still people want to look shit up. But I guess there's so many layers to like optimal builds and things like that people want to go for, rather than just how do you solve this puzzle and stuff like that. But the point is that you're basically in a position, man, this is going to fuck over my ability to even do the daily quest. But the point is that if you, like, let's say you're playing Dark Souls or something, and oh, you're playing for the first time blind and whatever, and you're just going wherever it takes you. It's like, oh, you don't have the optimal build. You should have done it this way. You built it wrong. But it's like, does it really matter? As long as you get through and beat the game, like, you don't have to build it optimally. Or if you do, that almost can sometimes ruin it, or it makes it kind of way too easy, even a game that's considered as hard as that. So it's like, what's more satisfying is if you happen to come up with the optimal build yourself, incidentally, or just almost by accident, right? Or whatever, you come up with whatever the best thing you could think of is based on whatever, you know, just not knowing everything there is to know. This is kind of fun that way. You'll go through a whole game and you build something suboptimal, but it worked for you, or it was just your preference. Like, I just like playing that way, even if it's not the best way to do it. So this whole optimal metagaming of first playthrough is very strange, even coming from the guy who does first playthrough permadeaths, where there's sort of an incentive to do that and do degenerate cheese type things. I would still rather come up with them myself that way. One thing I've done in the last couple years is I've left too many series hanging that I normally hate to do that. I would always have a good track record of finishing, for better or for worse. I would finish a series, like I would fail it, like I would die in a permadeath run, or I would complete it, but I wouldn't leave it hanging like that. Like Season of Discovery is just kind of fucking sitting there. I just did like a couple episodes. It's just way too time consuming, especially the way I do it. Like, it took me like months to get from level 1 to like 20 something on my hunter there, just because I was doing it at such a slow paced RP series, playing like only an hour a week sometimes. Which again is the whole philosophy of not rushing even a game that I have played so much. It's just there's this sort of bullish cynicality that people sometimes have, like, because something is old, it's therefore trash, and so we just want to breathe through it and haha, look how smart we are, we're smarter than those idiots who used to play it back then, just because we have decades of collective knowledge and borrowed knowledge to draw from that they didn't have. It's like in any of these arguments people talk about, oh well, how good would this athlete have been today, or we're better today even though we have all these advantages that they didn't have. There's this hindsight bias that you want to feel smarter even though you're not, or better. Oh yeah, the Model T Ford is so easy to make now if you use all the knowledge that we have today, but it's just weird. Yeah, anytime you play an old game or something, people would treat it like that. Or even not. It could be a new game, and it's like, oh wow, there's already these optimal things. This is where content creation actually kind of has a negative effect, because yes, it's your choice as the viewer or the player. You don't have to do that. So for someone like me, I don't really care if people play it that way. It's just more like, you know, it disturbs me that that is a trend, because then it almost informs design that people, either these games will have that sort of shit built in where it just tells you what to do, or it'll be a case where it's designed in such a way that it expects you to do that, which even that I don't mind, because then I'll just choose not to do it and have more of a raw experience. Like, what are some games that I've triggered people like that with, where I've simply played them blind and I piss people off because, oh, I'm doing it wrong, because of course I should know exactly the right way to do it playing it blind for the first time. Or actually, even the first episode of this triggered people, but mainly because I was bitching about the tutorial because it was way too fucking long. But no, like Path of Exile, oh, you're doing this wrong, that wrong. Like, I'm playing the game for 3 hours for the first time, and I'm just, you know, kind of wandering around just killing shit. So it's not like you're even interested in doing things optimally, but no, all of a sudden you're doing a million things wrong, and it didn't lead to me dying either, so who cares? Or like, what are some other ones? Just, even WoW people will still do that, even older versions of WoW, like...
Congratulations on completing Spark rank.
I don't know why she keeps saying that. She said that last time too. We have enough for almost 2 10k drafts.
If you'd like to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
This is going to be cutting it a little bit close, actually, because if you do the math...
Congratulations
oh
on
my fucking god, dude.
Rank. You've done a great job coming into your own as a new Planeswalker. If you'd like to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
And she'll keep doing it, not just every time you open the fucking game. You could say it's because it's a new expansion, but that mastery has arrived. So yeah, this will be the last time you get here. Cast 20 creature spells. That's always the biggest oxymoron and confusing thing. Most games have creatures and then they have spells, but this has creature spells. That's why it's called magic, because everything is a spell. But it's just a little confusing terminology if you're... whatever, cast 4... wait, what a coincidence. Those are at least pretty easy to do. This one I can't really do. These ones will give you 500, 500, 500. So I'm kind of worried that I won't be able to do this. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. Because I don't have that long, but I have to do it. I mean, this is pretty impressive to still do. Get to rank 35 in this short amount of time. Even though all... Yeah, see, this makes it seem like this is the next expansion, but what is it? Why is it showing me this when the current expansion is Ixalan? But then why was it showing me that other thing, like Murder Manor or something? On, like, YouTube, yeah, I even saw that. Maybe that's just the physical expansion and they're different. I thought they sometimes tried to... Or I thought they usually tried to overlap with everything. We got a pretty good deal on avatars last time, like three different ones for like 25k. These ones look so dumb, right? Like a little kid intern, a kid of an intern who works on the game fucking made that shit. Pixel Land, like, you really gonna pay 15k for that shit, dude? Or it even has like the stupid Windows browser thing on the top. Yeah, some little kid of an intern for the game made this in like clip art or in paint, and they forgot to take off the fucking little Windows browser on the top, and you're gonna pay 15k for it. Good business model, by the way. You could say they're doing it sort of ironically, but I don't get it. Island travel. What I kind of want is a dinosaur companion, right? Which I maybe missed a chance to get that one guy, but he would have been expensive too.
Congratulations on completing Spark rank. You've done a great
We got the
job
rainbow one,
as a new
and
if you'd like to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
yeah, see, even she's trying to get me to metagame the fucking thing. So let's do best of 3, and we'll do maybe between these two. If I lose one, I go to the other one. So this will be the rainbow, because it doesn't really matter what I play as. Or wait, what was the third one? The third daily quest, because that's what kind of informs what I play a little bit. Just to try to cheese that out. Green or blue. Okay, this is actually the dream come true. With you know, 2 that have to do with creature spells that overlap with each other. You're obviously going to be able to do that because you holy shit, you're going to obviously be able to do that because that's all I really do in any of my decks is summon creatures. I don't really play too many spells. And then obviously I play green anyway, so it's like it's trying to help me out too, but that's not going to be enough on its own, so I'm gonna have to win a certain number of games. Oh man, we get so close and then it kind of fucks us over a little bit. I always go into these thinking I would never have a chance to do it, so we're gonna get like that red dinosaur or whatever it is. It almost looks like this guy, but I can't tell. Yeah, we got to experience some of these cool rainbow dinosaurs. Either this guy is good, there's that Itali, I think, is one, and then there's also there's one other one, I can't remember. Yeah, they're all pretty broken with crazy like win condition type elements. And of course the whole irony is that, oh well, that means I must be using rainbow lands, but I'm not. I only have green lands in here, and the only way that I get these other colors, which to be fair I don't really need too many of them, is through mana generating minions like these, or like even the Carrotids and stuff like that, or there's some that specifically mention dinosaurs in there. Now, this dude's gonna stall me out. Okay, dude. Where's my game just bugged out because our internet was seeming to fuck up a little bit with that stupid download there. Yeah, we get to show like these little cookie crumb bits of our experience. Like, you know that I got to rank 35 last month because I have or last expansion because I got this. Now you'll see the avatar and you'll see, oh wow, he got to rank 35 here. Not that it's a big deal, but it's kind of fun just to show that you've been everything you've been through. You're kind of wearing your experiences on your sleeve, literally your card sleeve. But basically, the point is that that would be more meaningful too, like in a mythic sense or something like that. Like, oh, if you get to mythic rank 1, like legend rank 1, you get some special cosmetic that nobody else has, so then everybody will be able to see that all the time. Like, I'm sure you get like a mythic card back the same way that you get a legend card back or whatever. I'd be fine with taking the free win, and doing the whole conditions of these wouldn't be that hard. I think the main thing I have to do is actually farm wins, which is sometimes very hard to do, just because my decks obviously aren't that good. And we're playing a gold rank too, which is a bit of a suicide. It's almost like they shouldn't share the rank between best of 3 and best of 1, right? Even for the same format, historic or whatever, because it is completely different. I mean, it seems like best of 3 is always a lot easier because you maybe you have that cushion that if you get unlucky or whatever, the first game, but also just the matchups are a little bit wonky. Like you'll play people a couple ranks higher or lower. You'll play somebody who's like diamond, which I did like last time. Yeah, the quest will get me to like rank 33, and then I'll have to, man, this is gonna be hard actually. I'll have to win like 10 games to be able to do it. Which is really hard. I forget how that factors in with respect to, does winning the best of 3 count as one game towards that, or does it count as however many you won? You would think each one should count, but I've never really paid attention to that. Now sometimes it'll give you the win for the whole set. Yeah, because he AFK'd out, which is almost unfair. It should let him have a second chance to come back. But I mean, that's about as easy as you're gonna get. Let's actually test that. So we won.
On completing Spark rank.
We won 2
You've
from
done
that.
A great job coming into your own as a new Planeswalker.
He's gonna say that every fucking time. AAA game, by the way, best card game ever made. People always give it credit as like the original card game, like the first card game ever made, but I feel like that's not true. Or like the first, whatever, the first collectible kind of card game. I feel like that's not true, but whatever. It was certainly the first really well-known one that exploded and everything like that. The first mainstream normie one, which now is considered more like, oh, it's elitist, or at least for a while it was considered that. It was like considered the chess of card games, where it's like this elitist, closed kind of community that's very hardcore but very insular kind of in a way, which maybe hurt its popularity a bit but kind of garners it a little bit of respect. And I always respect that. Like, it's one thing to be elitist within a closed space like that, but that doesn't have to trickle down to people who are playing it for the first time, right? You can make it your own kind of experience, whatever you want. Yu-Gi-Oh was always kind of somewhere in the middle. People would want to just fucking roleplay as the characters from the anime or something like that. Now, I can't tell. Is that platinum or is that silver? I think it's silver because platinum has that like little green thing, emerald, in it. That's bad because of the lands. Again, some of these I have in there just for the sake of calling it rainbow, even though they're not really good or anything. Yeah, it's almost like we're going from the dinosaurs truly never die. We're just going from the Jurassic period to the some other period. I don't even know, Mesozoic or something, just to say that, you know, the dinosaurs will die out, but they'll come back even stronger in some other form. This one's actually pretty shitty too. Like it really is a big concession for me to play as white or blue, or to have any white or blue things in here, for the simple fact that I generally don't like those two colors. It could easily be taken out of context in these sensitive times today, or you even try to put the tags into Twitch. I made a clip of that. Like, you put the tags into Twitch for each color, so you do red, blue, black, green, white, whatever, but one of them it won't let you do, right? Which is very strange. I'm just describing the color that's in the game of the cards that I might be playing. Man, I really can't afford to lose these fucking games though. I have to win like every single one for the sake of time, or at least I have to win every set. So it does give you one for each thing of the best of 3, which makes sense, but can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures, which could be good to just kind of whittle them down. And of course, it's going to be a case where you have very few cards in their hand here, so that's good. Using its toughness rather than its power. All right. You know, I wouldn't even say, oh, this must be meta or optimal, but at least it has a theme to it. Which I guess even to some extent mine does, but it's like not a very good one. You're just going to keep being able to do that every turn, I guess. 3/5 when it enters the battlefield, you can't even do it, or you can. You gain 3 life, which I do kind of desperately need, but there's nothing I can do about this stupid thing unless I can trade into it. They don't have anything left though. At least that shows you their deck isn't truly top tier, because yes, they have some sort of synergy going on, but they're also kind of burning out in terms of cards. Now, shouldn't I be able to trade into that at least and get rid of the fucking vehicle? Why couldn't you have done that before then? Okay, the 5/5 we're just gonna have to deal with. I don't know what its effect is, if it's gonna save it from this, but I don't care. Okay, I just have to keep summoning things and try to deal with this. This is gonna have menace though. Enters the battlefield damage twice equal to the number of vehicles you control to target creature or planeswalker opponent controls, which it didn't even do that. Okay, we'll do this maybe for the heal. And then we will, yeah, we're using a healing dinosaur deck, by the way. That's what it feels like with the last two plays. Some of them just happen to have that. So I'd have to block it with, like, two different things here. I think it's very unlikely I'm going to win this. I should almost start just conceding. No, but you're still farming out the daily quest by doing this. It's just going to be super tight. But it's a little deceptive. It's not like it gets harder to level up as you go on because of the simple fact that you're able to... I guess it's worth it because I can't do anything. Because of the simple fact that you're able to get the same amount of experience for every level. So getting from level 1 to 2 is 1,000 experience, if I'm not mistaken. And getting from level 34 to 35 is also 1,000, so I don't think there's any meaningful difference there. So that's the two combinations that hurt me, because I can't do daily quests every day because I do like 3 once a week because that's all I play. And then number 2 is the fact that, look how the tables turn now, but we have to take advantage of it. Unfortunately, I really don't need the mana right now. It's just trying to stack it up. I'm not going to try to attack too much. You can't really even do anything either because he can just keep blocking with the stupid oxes. But no, I don't do the daily quests, and I also often don't win games because my decks are bad, so you're not really going to win. Can be blocked by a creature with 2 power or less, which is pretty perfect for the thing that you have. Or maybe I will need that. 1, 2, 3. Whatever, I'm fine with that. Or wait. Oh, yeah. Do you see Galta coming up here? I almost just shouldn't even worry about it. Like, let's just wait, which could bite me in the butt, but they don't seem to be able to do anything really about this. Can't be blocked by creatures with 2 or less this turn, but that's pretty expensive to do. I can't actually do it, but this would be perfect. What if I just keep using that, and then I should just be able to do everything, but I'm just afraid he'll get something crazy off if I don't have these to block. This has been such a defensive game where I've healed a lot, I've had everything to block. You just keep spamming this ability here. I hate feeling like I'm playing in a rush, but just sometimes you really don't have time, so you have to do it. And we're doing this all for a fucking cosmetic. We go into next expansion with the ability to either buy some new sexy cosmetic that they release for like 15k, which I don't want to do, or I could do a 10k draft, obviously, which I like to do at the beginning of an expansion. You should just be able to attack with everything, but if I do, I could get in trouble. I almost shouldn't even do anything yet. Like, let's just wait 1 turn and then we can go all in. And this dude's gonna have trample anyway, so it's gonna be over. And you can still even make this unkillable. Beginning of your turn, return target vehicle from graveyard to battlefield. Like, they started off pretty strong, but then they sort of faltered a bit. Yeah, the creature conditions and the green condition is going to be pretty easy to reach. I don't even have to try for that. Yeah, this is a mismatch. I'm a mighty gold rank player. So there's no way a silver can beat me. We're going to do 7 guaranteed, and then the trample effect. Like, you would think mathematically they shouldn't be able to survive it, but if they do... No, but even if they do... Uh-oh, here comes the OTK. There's so many moments in this game like that where, like, I'm in a good position. Look how slowly they played, and then all of a sudden they can just do that. That's what I don't like. Although, like, Galta is kind of a similar play to that, where you can just play stuff out of your hand, like all these kind of win condition, easy, one-shot crazy cards. I always say that too, like, oh, I'm gonna win. I finally lasted it out in such a slow-paced game. You could say you gotta end it quicker than that to let that happen, but it just seems kind of dumb. Or like I didn't get off to the best start there. I was just kind of fighting for my life, but maybe you let them stall it out for so long that I had no chance. This chick looks like Christopher Columbus or something. I don't know who that's supposed to be. All this sort of internal Magic lore that has no other context to it. Like it's just based on cards, or it's just based on Dungeons and Dragons sets, or some crossover shit that they steal from, like Lord of the Rings. But I mean, that's cute, but it's going to be a long way before I can play it. But see, we already have the colors down, because the carotid alone will give me those two. So I have 2, then I need like 6 more, which I have 4, which I'm going to have 5. So I'm actually pretty close already to being able to play it, as long as you don't get rid of anything here. And then even this guy will give me 2 more. So look at how I heard you like ramp. So I summon strong stuff that gives you even more mana, so you can summon even stronger stuff. So if I can do this on like turn 4 or whatever it is, that would be insane. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put any number of dinosaurs onto the battlefield. Like, it's so fucking broken, man. The new Galt is broken. This guy's broken. Everything's broken. Itali. Oh, but is he actually going to be able to... Okay, the 6-3 doesn't bother me anyway. The Colossal Plow never bothered me anyway. Haha. You could block it, but let's wait for now. Just... This next play is going to really catch him by surprise. And the good thing with this is he adds the mana without needing to get tapped, because of the simple fact that you're able to... reveal that many cards from your thing. I mean, there's of course no reason not to do it. So I may as well attack with the other one too, just to put pressure on him. Make him decide like what to block. Like, that's a pretty crazy start. Hey Stars, how's it going? So you chose what? Okay, you go like this. Oh, like you're gonna dox me because I didn't tell you something. Oh, come on. Don't tell me he can do something here. 3-4. He still can't kill it though, so what the fuck? Wait, but that's tapped. Come on, bro. If you can't win a game like this, I will send you a present for your birthday. Well, it's too late for that anyway, but I don't really care. What is this dude playing chess? Look how we get a reference to chess in every single game. I guess not really. He's just looking at the city's plans or something. Yeah, just a modest, moderate play over here. I hear you like summoning stuff, so we use an effect to summon so we can summon something else again. Like, if we don't win this one, then I just give up playing this game forever, because this is the kind of bullshit that I would complain about too. But look how those effects chain together too. You use his effect to summon him, and then you use his effect to summon whatever else is left in your hand, which wasn't even that much to begin with. It'll be a late present, just save it for Christmas here. Draw a card, non-creature spell. I kind of like that. Carnage Tyrant as well. One of my, I mean, look at how much crazy shit we're getting. It's too late for that to even be impactful. You should just be able to go all face. Although only one thing has trample, so maybe I just should have way too many. Why would you even do that? Or maybe you have to. I can easily block it. I don't get it. Look how they play like bots, dude. Not the fact that he's using all these mechs, but I mean literally, like, you know you're gonna lose, so what are you doing? Or in before he does a crazy OTK thing again. And that last game was so bullshit, but I guess I let it drag on too long. Look at this, dude. Now I won't even win. Add 2 mana, do this. Or no, you still should, because you have quite a lot. Have its base power equal to another power. I mean, if that doesn't kill him, I don't care. Like, I don't see how you can deal with this. He doesn't have any mana left. But you can do this stupid crew stuff seemingly whenever you want. 4, 7, 6. Like, he shouldn't be able to do it. He really shouldn't. And you even have trample on that one, so should be fine. These guys want to sound like Liam Neeson. I will find you. Something he says in Taken or whatever. Okay, so that wasn't even close. So both of those were very winnable. But that first one was just a waste of time now. Free to play speedrun of Magic the Gathering, where I have fucking an hour a week to do daily quests for the whole week, which means you can't even do it. But even to do 3 of them, this sort of disgusting, degenerate business model to try to condition you to play the game every day, to try to get you addicted. This whole daily quest business model that I've always been against. That, or like what sports games do, where they fucking try to release a new one every year so that you have... Okay. So that you have to buy it every time or something like that. Or like you have to buy the fucking cards within the game off the player that you want, like for hundreds of dollars, which, as much as I've played some of those, I never really do that, obviously. I've never bought a microtransaction, so you must be the change you wish to see in the world to the extent that you can just not do it. Now, if we summon this, it'll trigger both of these, and then you'll have pretty good things to play. You can just do this like immediately, but you just have to end it quickly, because then they do get kind of out of control here. You could do this one first, and then you can't attack with it yet. These are kind of exactly what represent what I'm all about. 3 mana 6/6, 3 mana 7/6, just even if they come at some sort of cost. Yeah, let's start reading all this flavor text with every card that we see. As this, where did they write that on the real cards, I wonder? Or they probably just don't even have it. It's just a digital only feature. As this conflict, or it could be like on the back maybe, but that doesn't feel right. As this conflict grows, it gets harder to prevent the city from breaking down. How much longer can we keep this machinery balanced? Is that supposed to be like a joke on the game itself whenever new meta comes out? How's your past few days been? Not bad. Just busy. Okay, this one's fine, and then we can play... Oh shit, we're getting spoiled by the Carrotids over here. That probably was a waste, but now we should be able to attack too on top of that. Just kind of rush this fucker down as quickly as you can. It makes it almost seem like an aggro deck, but that's just because the values are so jacked out. You're not really trying to play it like that. You're just able to get away with it a little bit. He's not getting those stupid 0/6s though, at least. Discard a card. I don't really need all these Carrotids, I guess. I'd rather just do this guy, but I can't even. Come on, now he'll make some crazy comeback. This is what I don't like sometimes about the new, whatever, the sense of a game having been out for a long time. Normally in this situation, you should just win the game, and that's it. Or it would take some 1 in a million interaction, but there's just too much value sometimes out there where you can just deal with everything. I wish it would let you draw first and then do it, but unfortunately we still won't be able to do it. Or actually now the effect is good though, in a way, kind of gaming what I just said. Since you don't draw, it won't make you discard anything because you're top decking. So now, fuck. Wait, that didn't even do anything. Or now I'm gonna draw like 10 lands in a row and enable you to basically fucking somehow still avert disaster here. So you have 5, 6, 7 mana, or no, you have 6 mana, but you'll have like 7, 8, 9, 10 if you just... Yeah, now they're gonna win somehow after all that. What did you get for... I already told you I don't really do anything, so... Okay, that one's fine. Come on, hurry up. So slow, dude. This is like how I am in chess. I'm just so impatient. Oh, are you serious? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna lose. That would be the win condition right there. So what would I need? I would need like a 4 attack thing just because I have the 2 mana of different colors, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so I need 2 more. Anything with like 4 or more attack. Yeah, but it's not a big deal to me. I don't know. I just don't care. Oh, here we go, dude. It still doesn't even necessarily mean it's over, but nothing I can really do about that. That's so dumb, dude. See, even I'll criticize myself in this match, like the fact that like 1 short. Just the fact that I won that one game because, oh, I had like some crazy win condition early, and then they won both of their games because of the same guy. Like, it's just too contrived when you have these power creep bullshit over the top things, which isn't even to do necessarily with power creep. It's just to do with like combos and like one-sided things that are just like way too strong, which I typically don't like. I like strong minions, period, like when they're just good on the board, but not like this. Dude, you're so slow, man. I want to give you the proper win, but you waste my fucking time. It's like in chess, like just do the mate, don't try to BM people. And then the bad karma for BMing is always that you actually lose. But that was unbelievably stupid because even the first game I should have won too. But it comes down to like a last second clutch on that same card. That was at least a good match though.
Congratulations on
and she's gonna
completing
spam me with this every time. Yeah, see, murders at Carlisle Manor. What does that mean? Find the event near you using our store locator to play in the pre-release.
Then follow me.
It's the fact that I don't know if that's the next expansion or the whatever it's showing here is the next expansion. What is it? I don't know what this is that it's showing me. The fucking I can't even remember now. We do have a mythic wildcard too, but there's nothing I even want, or I'll save it for the next expansion here. What is that stupid thing? Yeah, why is it showing me this? Like, this could be an old expansion. This cannot be played in current standard or alchemy, but then why the fuck is it even showing me this on default? Cons of Tarkir, Alchemy, Ixalan, and the Lost. Oh, was it like the mini set within it? I guess I didn't even pay attention if it was.
Congratulations
oh my god, dude.
Spark rank. You've done a great job.
We lost that one, so let's play as this one instead.
If you'd like to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
Or let's see how close we are, because this is making me a little bit nervous. We're level 32. These will get me to like almost level 33. Holy shit, man. Everybody loves to hear good comebacks where, yeah, that almost was pretty epic there. Or they kind of made comebacks against me because I was always winning. Or it always just seems like that because I'm summoning beefy things on the board. They don't call me Kaiba Jr. for nothing. All my nicknames over the years, many of which are ironic, but the human calculator, the elitist victim blamer, Kaiba Jr., what else? Fucking Destiny Jr., I think, a little bit. I think I did that one just because I always liked Destiny back in the day. Now you have this Ben Shapiro Destiny interview. You gotta have the Hasanabi one next. Fucking such a weird landscape of what these people do. But at least Destiny was such an innovator with it. Like when he did that kind of content, nobody was really doing that. Well, it looks like I already lose. I'm not getting a single thing I can... What the fuck are these hands? So will I even be able to keep the mana generator? I won't. I'll have to do it like that. Now I have to just draw into the perfect sequence. Yeah, I like how they wear their bias on their sleeve though too. Like Hassan is clearly biased in a certain direction. You could say, oh, that's just like, you know, him having opinions, and you can do that, but it's like very, I don't know. It's like once you realize that, then everything they do and say is in that context, so you kind of take it with a grain of salt, so it just doesn't matter. And like, why do you care so much either? What they think. It turns into something else, I guess. You can do one, which is still good no matter what. Search your library, obviously. There's just nothing. Mana value of 1. Shouldn't I have been able to do something like this? Nothing. What a name. Damn it. How do I get so close and then I fuck up? Yeah, we got to choose this one optimally for the cosmetic appeal too. That's totally something you people probably do in real life too. Is like they're such hardcore veterans of the game that they have like different card arts for even their lands or basic stuff. So they'll be like they'll have like a super rare $10,000 value worth land for every single one and stuff like that. The amount of money that people spend on this shit is insane. That's why I never would have liked to get into the competitive element of it, even like with Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, because it's just so expensive sometimes to keep up with it. Or even in the esports context, like that's why like I was always a free to play Hearthstone player who would still do whatever, you know, be as competitive as I wanted. But it's like, if you really wanted to be an esports player, what would you have to do? You just have to buy like 1,000,000 packs right when the expansion comes out, because then you wouldn't have a chance. You don't have time to just do arenas and have fun and slowly work your collection up. You just got to be on top of it from day one, and then just try to metagame as much as you can from there. And so it does create kind of a weird incentive behind that, for sure. It'll cause X to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. And then at that point, you can double his power, which is pointless and even dumb. It has some other effect. What is it? Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die, create a green fungus dinosaur with base power and toughness, which is amazing because of how good value these things are. What was for dinner? I had some fast food thing. Breakfast, I just had some frozen, like, Eggo waffle. Wait, this you double the shit, which I don't even care about. This is the problem. Now it's just going to drag on for a super long time. I actually recovered pretty well considering how bad the mulligan was, but I won the first best of 3, but that guy just like disconnected even, so that doesn't matter much. Then we had a nice competitive second one, so we'll see. It's like a frozen thing. I don't know how to explain it. But they don't have those in Australia, like a fucking thing you put in the toaster. I feel like they have those everywhere. You can double his attack, and that would be quite scary, but I almost don't even have to. Yeah, look at the difference in the size of our hand. Like a toaster strudel, Eggo waffle, like those kind of things are very common here. It's just like a frozen thing that you put in the toaster, and it just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like almost a pastry. Never heard of it. What do you eat for breakfast normally? Okay, now I should do this. Because his board isn't really that big of a deal, so he's gonna have to just deal with this. If only he had trample, then I could air. You don't usually eat breakfast. That's not good. What would you eat if you did eat it, though? Like, what are your options over there? Cereal, eggs, some kind of Of course, I don't cook or do anything like that, so I have to settle for pre-made stuff like I always do. Like, I'm obviously gonna lose, man. For the sake of time, bro. I just don't have the patience for this. Like, I'm probably not going to win that one, so I hate to do it, but the amount of time these fucking people take to just win a game that they've clearly won is just irritating. But you can just tell in the mulligan with me sometimes, because my decks are not so complex or so cycling that you're going to get like 1,000,000 options. If you don't start with a good hand and a good start, you're just going to lose. Maybe an apple. That's not really a breakfast item, though. It's just a fruit. It's got to be like some meal. Like, what is a traditional Australian breakfast cuisine? Let me actually look it up now. I'm curious. It must just be something to do with eggs. Breakfast in Australia. A full-on fry-up. Vegemite on toast, avocado on toast, wheat bix, porridge and oats. Sweet corn fritters, banana bread, French toast. Yeah, see, everybody likes French toast. But that's not Australian, it's French, haha. Everybody associates, oh, French fries are like American food, but they're called fucking French for a reason. Wheat Bix, you don't know. Vegemite toast. Yeah, you mentioned that before, actually. I think. What was that thing you kept saying from, yeah, see, we both have the honor at least to save each other time now. He gets the point. If you're not winning in the first couple moves, you're not going to win. That thing that you said get from Walmart that I could never find. Some kind of a chocolate drink. Okay, this is not a bad hand. Some of these are in there, though, just for the fuck of it, just because you're trying to fill it up with Milo, right? That's actually one of the characters' names in that movie I showed you, the sleuth. Milo Tyndall is Michael Caine's character. Buy it off somewhere if you have to. Yeah, I'll try it at some point, I guess. I'm not big on stuff like chocolate stuff, but in fact, I try to avoid sugar overall, but as much as I'm not really health conscious in any other context, because I'm obviously a clown who eats exclusively fast food and whatnot, but how about Vegemite? I don't really know what that is, actually, but I'm sure you can find it. A lot of these things are probably not specific to Australia in any way. Or they almost sound sort of like British-inspired, you know, English stuff, too. Yes, they are. Sacrifice a creature. Yeah, I don't care about the fucking one life, although it's not really doing anything anyway. We're just trying to get as much mana as possible. The main reason why that hurts me isn't even because of his damage, it's because of his stupid ass... Because of his stupid ass ability to not give me the trigger for that. I'd rather it still have 4 attack, but not be able to... I guess I can still block with it. Oh, that's one of my favorite cards, actually. I'll leave it there for now. This is a blocker. Start a card, I don't give a shit. Fuck, I shouldn't do that, though. I'm using it just to block with. Only Australian. No, they're not British inspired. Well, not that, but I mean in general. You would think. Okay, let's leave that for now, then we can do the other one. You have to discard, which I don't really care. You should just be dead, bro. Fuck, what an epic comeback. Everybody loves a good comeback story. This will be 2 more wins. We're going to be around level 33 after doing the daily quest. So this is going to take a super long time. I might have to skip my chess episode because today's actually Tuesday where I have to do that. Now watch his crazy comeback. What is this visual thing? Is that a bug or is that some new thing that they added? I don't know what that is. Or that's maybe something to do with his effect. But that's one thing that's weird. A lot of stuff in India is inspired by, obviously, Britain because of their colonial influence. Like even the language, I always find that funny. Like they'll, man, she won't even stop talking on here.
If you'd like to know
oh my God.
More about congratulations.
It just resets it.
You've done a great job coming into
We won that, so let's do it again, actually. So, like, they'll talk in, like, broken English, where they'll say half their words in English and half their words in Hindi. It's a very strange effect. Or, yeah, you could compare those 3 side by side. Compare Canadian English with Australian English with British English and see which one is, like, what the differences really are. The warrior poet of the Sun Empire, while he was victorious in leading the defense against the Phyrexian invasion, thanks to Sahili's warnings, it came at a great cost. But their companion, Dinosaurs, corrupted. Oh, Beast Owner. Interesting namesake here. Let's see. So you just got to win a couple more games, which is not as easy as it looks, because clearly I'm getting sabotaged by my fucking mulligans here. Yeah, we can do that. We can get rid of Galta, although I almost don't want to. This is a perfect hand to just ramp it up with the gigantic... Fuck. Oh, wow. It would have been perfect to ramp from him into Galta. Those were the two cards that I just immediately gravitated towards when I first started playing this game. A 5-mana 10/10 Gigantosaurus, which I always say wrong because I think it's like Gigantosaurus or something, which is like a real type of dinosaur. And then Galta is obviously just because he's so easy to summon when you are playing this style. I've rarely seen something conveyed in a card game better than how green is supposed to work. Like, it's just so on the nose. Like, just summon big shit and just deal with it. That's it. Like, force your opponent to deal with it. What's your favorite Australian food in general, not just breakfast? I always think of mac and cheese as like the iconic American one. Not saying other places don't have it. I'm sure you can trace everything back to somewhere, but Bunnings Snag. I have no idea what that is. Let's see. Bunnings Sausage Sizzle. Oh, really? Let's see. We can't do that. Or maybe we can do it now. 4 or 5. Sacrifice and add 1 mana of any color, which I guess I'm going to have to do probably. Oh, it's one of these white heal buff clown shenanigan decks. I actually really like this guy though because he can like mitigate locks completely, which is very fun, right? With all the stupid shit that they'll hide behind. They're the best. Yeah, I'm not really too big. I actually don't like any kind of meat really besides chicken. That's really the only kind I eat. I don't like fish because of how it smells. I don't like other kind of meat typically. Beef, pork, I'm not a big fan. Yeah, it looks like the Bolvar 4 Dragon's pet as a fucking Lich King. It looks like the same kind of crumbling, burning skin. They are the best. Yeah, that's the one thing I normally don't take advantage of is those 15 wins, because that's way too many to fit into a session like this. But basically the 15 wins where you're able to... What the fuck is this, dude? Where you get like credit for that in the context of 4/4 dinosaur creature with haste. Like, let's just fucking do it, man. I don't give a shit. What? Well, why was it tabbed? It was tabbed because I had to use it to do that, because that was a complete waste. They're obviously going to win because I can never deal with heal buff stuff. I just can't do it. It's my one big weakness in this game. It's like a Pokemon type advantage. Like, oh, it's healing is super effective against dinosaurs, or light is super effective against green. Not that it necessarily is, but it does have a lot of counters to consider there. Like, that's kind of a bad play to consider, like with flying and stuff like that you don't have an answer for. Or you do have spells that are answers, but not really. Okay. Gonna lose to a unicorn. Why not have a My Little Pony card skin like they had all the card backs and random shit for it? Magic is the most stoic, hardcore, elitist card game out there. Also, My Little Pony cosmetics for the win. I'd love it if you traded the unicorn, but you won't do it. You just block with the 1/1 or something dumb. It's just so dumb how you have to deal with this. I do have a couple rebukes and things like that, but other than that, I can't really deal with this. And as much as... Oh, no, this isn't even the rainbow deck. I was going to say, I haven't gotten, like, the... I haven't gotten, like, the other... Rainbow Dinosaurs, but this isn't even the deck with that in there. Holy shit, hurry up, man. Or what is that? Remove stop on end phase, second phase. Yu-Gi-Oh! Should have always had that, because it's always so annoying with how it constantly will stop you every phase, every turn, just if you have some trap card on the ground for like 50 turns, because Okay. Not even doing that out of salt, I'm doing that out of rush. But you could just have conceded at the very beginning because you knew what he was going to have. If he has a green, or I mean a white heal buff deck, you automatically lose because I'm always incapable of dealing with that. Not even saying it's that good or it's that broken, although they can be really annoying in general. It's just because of it's just a bad matchup for me because I don't have any creature destruction usually, or even the ones that I do depend on the board, like Rebuke. So this is taking a very long time, and I have to obviously, I might have to skip playing chess, but I'll play like one game just for the fuck of it somehow. I tried like recording some off stream when I have time, but like when I can't stream, but I can still somehow play chess. So I've been doing like little recorded sessions of that. So maybe I'll combine that with my, when I normally upload the episode of chess, I'll just put that on the end of it too. Using like a dollar store mic and like a uncomfortable setup, like using my mobile hotspot to play on. You get a cat, he keeps saying, yeah, I should get a cat and name it Milo because that's all I'll feed it to drink is the fucking chocolate drink that we're obsessed with. We have 3-4 mana. We have to summon something here that I won't be able to do because I need a trigger for the 4 attack thing. Wouldn't recommend it. Moon Dancer. When you gain life, put a oh, here we go again, dude. That one's even green too. What an insult to me. Unless it's an Australian cat, they can handle it. Wait, this is perfect for the trigger, and it would even trade in for now, but it's not going to last too long. This is when it enters the battlefield. What is forest cycling again? I forgot. Oh, you just get a land. Okay. I just did it too. And now at least you'll have a great position where you're able to basically summon the 10-10, but he's going to quickly outpace that too because of all this heal buff stuff that I can't do anything about. Like, there's only so much pressure I can put on okay. It's just one of these non-interactive things because of how this game works where you can't attack into stuff. So it rewards this kind of playstyle too much. Says the guy who gets a free heal on my stuff every turn. Like if I trade into a 5-5 with a 6-6, you heal back to 6 for no work at all. So I take advantage of healing as much as anybody, or at least the possibility of it, because you can't trade in. You know, like I attack and he blocks it with a couple things and it ends up adding up later, but it just doesn't. Yeah, we've already lost. Like even with this, it's not going to be enough to still do it. And the flying alone is going to be too much. You would think I'm the biggest dinosaur fan ever, though, because between this, between Arc, between even PvZ, maybe I'll be fucking using Dino Roar, the most boring mechanic in card game history, where it's like every time you draw a card, like sure you can play into it by having more card draw, but it's so like reward you for something that you're gonna do no matter what anyway. Such random archetypes for that universe that have nothing to do with anything. Like, I already lose. You take too long to do it, though. I guess they always expect you to have some kind of crazy counter or something, but okay. Now maybe we should just do 1-set matches where it's not a best of 3. But we should be done with the other daily quests, so we should be level 33 at least. I think I already was 33, 34.
Congratulations on completing Spark Rank.
So we're very close. We would just have to win like
coming into your own as a new planeswalker.
We'd have to win like 4 games.
If you'd like to know even more about Magic the Gathering,
let's do best of 1, which I'm getting confused now. Why did it change that? Let's do the rainbow so we can alternate between these two. This is going to be really annoying though because I have to speedrun these fucking quickly. I have to hope, like maybe I'll start resigning if I feel I'm not going to win very easily. I'll just resign because it's a waste of like 10 minutes trying to see whether you're going to win or not, which I hate to do that, but you can just tell sometimes when they're going to bullshit you. this guy's name is like some sort of subliminal trick. It's not Oompa Loompa, but it makes you think of Oompa Loompa immediately when you see it. Like he's trying to, I forget what you call that. Like Rachel Solando from Shutter Island. That's like an anagram for something. Okay, we put this down. Let's just Zerg him down. It really takes on the character of an aggro deck, whether it be because it's just such good value early, or whether because you have to play like that, otherwise you get destroyed, because it doesn't matter. Like, all these are well statted, but who cares? Because the power creep is gonna just roll me over no matter what I do. And maybe it doesn't seem like the best choice, but it's okay. I don't care even if he blocks that. There's nothing you can do. But this guy won't get stunned because you do have the other one out there. That was actually a necessary play to put that down. It's very strange that he wouldn't trade into the 2-1 though. Or he's obviously going to just amass 1 million of them. Oh, but this just makes it stronger. It doesn't actually make them individual tokens, which is still... This is worse because it's a lot easier to deal with one of them. So this is like the only blue dinosaur that we have in here just to say we have one. Legendary, but he's not even fucking mythic. That shows you how shitty blue is. Reveals a card. You choose a non-land card. They discard the card, which is obviously going to be the thing. Primal Tide, or apparently it's not going to be. At least we have a chance here, but I'm getting triggered by how slow everybody is. Like, we're in a great spot. We should easily be able to do it. Really weird that he wouldn't have chosen to do that. I forget what this guy's effect even is. It is going to be can't be countered, no maximum hand size. Whenever opponent does a non-creature spell, draw a card. Or cast a non-creature spell, discard. Yeah, I don't even like his effects that much. He just has like a pseudo hexproof thing where you can't really counter him or do anything about it. Or even the maximum hand size isn't relevant to me at all. That's never going to happen. Don't you see how often I'm in top deck mode? Although I guess the card draw you get from it is pretty good. What the fuck? He's down to 3 though, so do you really have the balls to attack me? You don't. Or am I sort of trolling and BMing him too because he can't block everything? Or that could be a bluff play. He does have an answer and he just makes me want to think that, but he's like so fucking limited with his minions because he's just he played the amass orcs as his only thing the whole game. Okay, that's what he's good. Now we're literally just trying to farm these ones that we can do. So 250 there. It's gonna take a minimum of
You've done a great job
2 more, or does it give you something else too on top of that? 25 mastery experience. See, that little
then follow me.
That little one will give you weekly win or war. Oh, this is weekly. Okay, I guess I always think this is daily too. That you could win 15 every day just because I only play once a week, so it wouldn't be any different really to me. You could only maybe have to win 2 more if you happen to get the benefit from that. Like, you get like 25 and 25 from the other one. Okay, that's actually not too terrible, but it's not enough land in there. I mean, this one you may as well just resign. Save yourself the fucking time. I mean, what the fuck, bro? How right I turned out to be. I don't think I'll even be able to play anything now. What the fuck, bro? Yeah, really, why even bother? What kind of a fucking mulligan is that? That's like the first one I ever did because I didn't know how mulligans worked, but not because my hand was even that bad, but because I was like, oh, you can just mulligan as many times as you want. I didn't realize that you had to give up a card every time.
Congratulations on completing Spark.
I don't even know what Spark Rank still is. Like,
job coming into your own as a new
why don't you explain what the fuck Spark Rank is instead of spamming me with that same message over and over like a troll? As much as I call that wisp annoying, people maybe think I was being unfair to it just from how much I hated the tutorial, but now you see how she fucking takes revenge on me in spite here. Maybe I'll just do like 1 game of chess because I feel like I have to at least do something. Have to win these 2 very quickly, at least maybe 3. We get the rank 35 avatar. We're just kind of fucking collecting and farming cosmetics over here. That's like my only priority for this fucking game. So summon whatever big shit you want to do here. Go like this. And it's not going to really be that big. And I kind of need... We're getting all kind of red stuff here. Come on, just make it easy for me. I always think of Tess when I say that line from The Last of Us when she's about to die in the fucking whatever, in the Capitol building. Make this easy for me. I don't know why. There's certain basic phrases that you might say that you associate with a particular character or delivery from a movie or something just because it's so well delivered, or it's just so unique or iconic or something. This is all good because you can't really trade into effectively. I maybe should have attacked with the other one too. Yeah, that's some of the dinosaur shit talk you could do. They're like wingless birds, or they're like dinosaurs with clipped wings who can't even fucking fly. So they're just poor man's dinosaurs, or wannabe birds that can't even fly. It's kind of weird to think about. Like even some of the vocal cords and other things, like even a T-Rex kind of is like a bird, even though you don't think of it like that. It's just a bird that can't fly with those tiny arms and like the vocal cords that would make it sound like that. So what could we do here? The best thing I could probably do is this. Just try to ramp up even a little more. That guy's a lot better than maybe I even give it credit for it. That one's maybe not even worth doing. Maybe I should do it with bows, just because she's going to be annoying as fuck. That seems like maybe an overkill sort of attack, but you could just kill me with the flying stuff if you were... Okay, that's fine. Like if you were trying to just ignore what I'm doing and just go face with that. Well, but it would probably take you too long now. You're trying to save Elspeth at any cost here, which is fine with me. And then this is a little ward counter thing. But you don't see that mechanic a whole lot, actually, right? Yeah, people would always object, like, why are you playing Wild or Historic in any of these games when you play them for the first time? But that's so enjoyable, because why would you want to restrict yourself to the current newest cards, right? When as I always say, like, when everything is new to you anyway, so you don't know what anything is still. Even after playing this long, I still don't know whatever small fraction of cards this game still has. I'm still not, like, familiar with everything. I'm hardly familiar with everything in fucking PvZ Heroes, even though that only has like 500 cards. Enters the battlefield, gets +2, +0, and indestructible. Probably could be okay. Whatever, just go face. Fucking, he'll have to tank something. 2-5, that one's going to be indestructible. He's just going to tank the 7. You would think you can still block it, even if it's indestructible. Like, you didn't have to do that. He's still going to win because of some kind of lifelink healing bullshit and just waste my time. As I say that, we get exactly what we asked for. We need one of these crazy win condition type ones, but the Rainbow has that more than this one does. Or wait, no, this is the Rainbow one. Obviously, because we have this shit in there. See, some of it's in there just for the namesake. You have 21,000 channel points. Oh yeah, I gotta keep updating the Saturday thing for like different ones.
This is your fight. Win it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything really good to have as a high cost thing though. That one like just can't attack or something. That one you can like sacrifice it, but I don't really see the special value in doing that. That you can just trade in with the 5-5, which I'd be more than happy to do, or you'll just trade in with some of the other shit. I guess I don't understand the effect. Exile, return it untapped. I guess if it's about to be destroyed, you could do that to bring it back and just, I don't know. I'd rather him just be hexproof. That's the one thing about blue that I do actually like as a mechanic. One of my favorite mechanics ever in any card game, but it's basically like, it's not specific to blue, it's just that blue has a lot of it. But there's hardly any green that do have it in there. So a hexproof, well-statted thing is always good for me. Like 5 mana 10/10 with hexproof is a dream come true. Carnage Tyrant is kind of good. good like that. Why do I have to go up against these all the time? Like, you know you're not gonna win. Barring some crazy comeback that I don't have the patience to even see. Yeah, like if I was some big chess streamer, I could use that as one. Like, you get the
Congratulations on completing
you get the chance to play me in chess if you you know, like I'm Hikaru, spend 50k channel points to play me in a game of chess at your leisure. But it's not like I'm such a hot target that I can do that anyway. I just play everybody anyway. I almost just beat a 2000 player like 3 times in a row though, because of fucking you can beat me. What, in chess? I think we're pretty even. Like, you can beat me, but it's not like a it's a pretty good even match, I think. Unless you've gotten substantially better since last time. But no, like, simply is 2000 and I was outplaying him in every game and he wasn't going easy or giving me timeouts or anything. That's kind of weird. Yeah, we're pretty even. One of these days I gotta play over the board, but I'm almost saving it for some special event. I'll wait till I'm a little grandmaster from what I do online before I do that. You think that's a good enough, fast enough fucking start for you? And I'm still not gonna win somehow. Holy shit. Watch. If I lose after that, like, I just give up, man. It takes so fucking long. Now you're gonna ramp even further. You haven't played in a long time. I guess I haven't played much in a long time either. Like, I keep playing an hour a week or something stupid like that. Wait, why was it saying like I could play that too? Maybe I underestimated the amount of shit I even had. And obviously the bonus to this is you're still gonna get the trample and the toxic. It would be hilarious if we won because of the toxic rather than the actual kill. Dude, if you can come back and win this, then I just give it up to you. For fuck's sake, like, even I'm kind of pissed at how bullshit that one went for you. Why does that screen seem so much brighter than normal? Okay, there should only be one more that you need, maybe 2 at most, depending on how much that other one gives you.
Spark rank.
You need fuck off. Or wait, 25 mastery experience if you wait, no, it should be exactly one more because it'll give you 250 and then 25, so that's perfect. This is the final boss chance here. Yeah, this may be a good executive decision that I can start to make, though, just for the sake of time. Whenever I play against a white deck or a heal buff deck, or when I feel like I'm going to lose, I should just save time by resigning, even though I hate to do that. Because it's obviously just going to be very predictable what happens. And even if it was an off chance that I was going to win that, it would be the exception, which would be kind of notable and memorable, but at some point it's just annoying. Yeah, this guy is a lot better than maybe I'm even realizing. He's a 4-mana 5/3 with a ward, which is like little bootleg poor man's hexproof, but still. And then you get 2 mana as well without even needing to tap him, which is better than a lot of these other ones that are like mana generator dudes. Actually, do you want to play a game of chess actually after this? Maybe that'll be better than just playing some random person, since I only have time for like 1 game. Oh, but I don't even have a chess.com account, so I don't know if you're even on the chess. I forget. Yeah, I guess I could just for that sake. Hang on. Yeah, we can still do it. Hang on. I'll break my rule, then I'm exiled and use my alt account. That's fine. If this fucker can just hurry up, or don't hurry up and just rope, and then that counts as resignation. Oh no, resignations please, it's a waste of good blundering. That's a good line from one of my chess titles. I really should make an archive of that so that I know I'm not using a title for the second time. I feel like I haven't, but it's very hard to keep track when I've done like literally 700 streams over the course of 2 years now, you know, in this. And I even did reuse some from my last channel that I know, right? Like the Q Lazarus song 1 or something like that. Nobody has said goodbye horses this much since that Q Lazarus song called Goodbye Horses, where they say goodbye horses like 1,000,000 times. Okay, this would be an easy enough win to get. We get our sexy little 35 thing. This dude's My Little Pony fan over here. Or did he finally move? Is he really gonna waste my time, man? Stall me out? So you would rope all the way until he's about to rope, but then he still comes back and does nothing. I'm considering resigning. This is a good way to beat people who have full-time jobs and shit. Just fucking be a troll. Now I appreciate it more than ever before, even. Like, what the fuck? Which is, again, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Like, oh, you know, how people rush through games because they don't have time or they just want to beat it. But they will still do a disservice to it. Like, it's not about beating the game. It's about the experience, not the destination. So I wouldn't care if I play, like, you know, like how I played Skyrim. I played it for 1,000+ hours over the years. But I've not come close to beating it or even tried to beat it because it doesn't matter. I just kind of wander around and do whatever. And as long as I'm enjoying it, you know, I'm not in a rush to really do anything. I don't get what happened. Does he come back at the end just to troll, or? And it doesn't cause him to resign either. He fucking still dicks around. I do feel bad for doing it though, playing on chess.com, but I do it in a non-rated only for these kind of moment sense, or even for variants and stuff. But I'm like kind of punishing myself obviously for those failures on the site. And so I won't go back until I'm like 2,000 on the chess now, for real. Like, because I failed 3 times, so now I shouldn't be able to go back almost ever. But I'll have to get to 2,000 like in classical on there, maybe in rapid too. I've been trying to play rapid more, or I've only been playing it as like a default position for the simple fact that it's like because I don't have time to really appreciate. I mean, I could instead of playing 3 classical rapid games, I could play 1 classical game, but I haven't had really the patience to do it. Yeah, it's like either I play up to my competition or down to my competition, or yeah, right after, assuming he resigns out. This guy is fucking trolling me, but it works out. Let's get our sexy avatar. Let's do like 1 10-minute game. 151, okay. Yeah, 1 sec.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that worked out
on
pretty
beating
well.
Spark
And then we get the stupid
You've done
little
a great job coming into your own
orb
as a
thing
new
here.
Planeswalker.
We get this guy,
If
which
you'd like
is...
to know even more
Isn't
about
this the
Magic
one
the
that we
Gathering,
are
then
just
follow
using?
me.
I always call him Gistath, but he's Gishath. That's pretty cool, so we can start using that. And so the only thing we're missing as far as a dinosaur cosmetic would be the pet itself, right? Because we have like a dinosaur card back with the
Congratulations on
pterodactyl. We have the
completing
dinosaur
You've done a
avatar.
great job
And then
coming into
we'll
your own as a new Planeswalker.
remember what?
If you'd like to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
Mountain name.